not letting it up. Oh, that is sensational. Has he done enough, Foxes? Oh, that is a big spin.
Rubber! Being laid down on the grid at the minute. Goodness gracious me. Those tires were having a carcass left to run the race at this point. Sheesh. Pick the racers though. Gota. On the Wednesday, Sam, in the BFL, I am always here and I'm always ready for some racing funsies. It's lights out and away we go. In Texas, at Texas, on Texas, it's Texas. Yeah, cowboy! Into one, Rob getting a run. Jacob down the inside, wheel to the after mine, no contact. Cars into one, cars into each other. There was so much going on there between two cars. There was almost fucking, it's 8:05. Relax, boys. In Texas, Jesus bloody Christ. The tempo are getting a run down, well, not down the inside, but on the back of both cars. On my screen, Rob and Tempo's cars have merged. Whilst like the Guzzi system wasn't quite working out what he wanted to do. He had no idea. But Tempo now P2 off after a little bit of luck, I guess. A little bit of luck. I don't know. It was something. But Rob got a great racing start there. Up the hill, got down.
Oh, we got a spin in the background.
Of Jacob, but then Jacob then got that move made back down the inside into one after Rob's great racing start. Tempo is on the back of Jacob here like a hungry hound. Into sector 2, further down the grid though, there is cars currently in a train.
I think
down that back
Sterling had a spin.
Yeah, oh no!
Sterling definitely had a spin, and I think Grand has really struggled with a bit of tyre temp. He's getting swamped by the guys that were on the medium tyres, opening exchanges. AJ having a little wobble there. He's fighting his tyre temps as well. Look, with this overcast conditions, the track temp is bound to have plummeted, so it's going to be even harder to get temperature in the tyres. But onto lap 2, Jacob leading this US Grand Prix. Tempo P2, Rob P3, Matt Zuvo, business as usual up in P4. It is.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Zuvo hit him the brake pedal so hard that he's kicked his dad on top of his fucking head. He's hit that brake pedal so strong.
Kidney Jim.
Goodness gracious me, Zuvo locking up the fronts, the rears, the sides, the whole car, I think.
We've got a pit lane retirement from Kidney Jim. Not sure if he's picked up a decent amount of damage in the opening lap.
Turn 1 here as well, floor damage is a massive thing.
Yeah,
and then that floor damage, because it's up and over, there's so much room. A lot of guys go down the inside. You nick off some floor there, sector 1 feels like a nightmare field, because your car just won't rotate through. It's just so unstable in that mid corner once you lose a little bit of aero from the middle part of your car. Aero, oh, he is indeed. This Mercedes-Benz is looking quick. The Ferrari boys, just like last week, a little bit of deja vu. Currently in a tandem 2v2 in these Ferraris, P7 and P8 for Ultra, and Senna, Adrian in P6, my old Jackie boy in that Mercedes-Benz. Second race now into the BFL. Good strong showing last week at Monaco, but now it's a different kettle of fish, different circuit, completely polar opposites in regards to characteristics on a circuit. Monaco 1 week, Kota the next. Completely different sides of the spectrum as far as racing circuits go. Ultra isn't caring though about what the difference is. Around the outside, up into what we mentioned earlier, so much room to make racing moves. Oh, forced off, wheel to wheel, get a little bit interlocked there. Through one and on the exit of one, easier to do. There's so much space to race there. But the angle you have to take to get through quicker, you need to be wheel to wheel there. Yeah. If you yield, you lose out so much time into sector 1, through the S's, then into 2, down that hill into the first direction. You lose out so much through here if you don't commit to a racing move into 1.
I mean, to be fair, it's not the first time that we've seen Callum Ultra and Fresh Agent fighting it out in circuit. Not just here in BFL 6, but in all of the previous seasons gone by. They have been so closely matched and have had some amazing battles in their time. It looks like Senna's starting to put a little bit of pressure. I think he's going to get the move done. Yeah, that's a great move.
Down the hill in a scarlet red.
Oh, Agent, he's not letting it go.
Some more argy-bargy. This Mercedes-Benz has been mugged off by 2 Ferraris here, being gagged.
Oh, is he sending it?
Can we show this? Oh, down the inside. Little bit of wheel banging on the back left, right and the back left, sorry, of the Mercedes-Benz, and the Ferrari now tucking in behind nicely through the triple apex corner of sector 3 now into the last 2 corners. He goes. DRS up the hill into 1. Oh, spicy already. Lap 428, Sam. Hey. We are in for some funsies.
This is what I want to see.
You want to see some close racing? I mean, oh my goodness me.
I'm going to cut you what makes it up the grid further up the field. P1, P2, and P3. I've been separated by 200 foot. Oh, Tempo and Jacob, sector 1, these aces. 8 to 1, 8 to 2, 8 to 3 there. All the apexes, 3 cars exchanging blows. Justly for track position through the windy, tricky stuff. That's brave, but they've all got out of there like an absolute driving god. That is fantastic bit of driving.
Oh,
from Jacob,
AJ.
Bob, and Tempo.
AJ gets the first of the time penalties. Moz and Harv, good to see you. So no, I am not driving in this. I am owner and commentator-in-chief alongside Big Man Sidekick. Mr. Hansen, I think Rob's going to have... I don't think Tempo's going to let that go, though. We'll see, the space he's going to give in. Is he going to make...
about to hold that around the outside.
Agent making moves.
It as well.
Bit further down, Agent and the Ferraris, they're still going at it. Him and Senna. It is it's pure cinema. Oh my goodness me.
Cut through the apex. Oh, that was almost great. The vision was there, the space was there as well. That move was very much on and there to be made. Stern defense from the Mercedes-Benz in P6. Senna they're trying to get really dicey. Little bit of elbows out from Dr. Smooth. Mr. DSL, cool, calm, and collected on circuit.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here for that.
100%. Absolutely here from it. Biker Boy, how many players have we got? So we have we have a full grid. However, just before this race, received message that one of our drivers sadly will be dropping out. So there will be 1 spot available for the final final 4 races, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 races of BFL Season 6. So we'll be putting out some invitations in Discord, and we can put applications in. The best way to do it is make sure you are here on Friday, Foxy F1 Fridays. Show us what you are about. And maybe you can find yourself driving alongside some of the best in the Bluefoxx community here in the BFL. Let's have a little look a bit further down the grid. Let's see how Yautzin's getting on.
Send it. Send it. Oh, he's absolutely sending it. Senna down the inside.
He's going. It's a fight here.
Oh, no, Jackie on the inside there. Round 2. Just push.
Oh, I thought I just saw damage. I thought I just saw damage.
Goodness gracious me.
I'm not sure if
there's... changing. They've changed up and down the field. Now Jacob, Tempo and Rob are still jostling further up the field. Zubo is creeping on by. So is Simpson getting up the back of the front runners. But these two in the mid-pack. Oh, Jackie!
Oh, no!
See you fucking later, son!
Senna's out. Senna's out.
Now got off.
Oh, my God. So Senna, I think, was on the outside, and basically the line he took understeered out and trying to get back onto the circuit. I think AJ was right there. That is not the way that we wanted to see that fight go. It's a full course safety car that has come out. Senna in the Ferrari on the back of a double podium in last week's Monaco GP sprint, well, we're going to say weekend sprint event, is retiring from this US GP, lap 6 of 28. The fight
I didn't see what happened
was
with his
spicy.
car.
So
I was on board with Adrian.
I was on board with Yeltsin.
They went through that corner completely fine there. No contact made from the Mercedes-Benz with his Ferrari.
So I'd have to review it. It was a case of, I think, that the line that Senna had going through the penultimate corner essentially really pushed him out to the right, and I think Agent sort of had a little bit of a run. So where Senna's then gone off and looked obviously naturally to come back on circuit, Agent is right there, and I think they were so side by side that it's like a wheel bang, and it's just the momentum. It sent Senna off, and I think front right was off and into the wall. Yeah, that is not the way that we wanted to see that fight going. Having a little look at both of these cars, just see if there's any damage there. I'm not sure if there's been anything happening to the floor of these cars, but look, it means that they're all going to bunch up now. Not sure if anyone's going to do something terribly well. Look at this.
All the front runners straight to the pit lane. The hard tyres, I would imagine.
Yeah, hard tyres on, and look to give themselves some options towards the back end of this race. Whether it's another set of mediums, maybe the capacity to go on to softs in the latter part of the race. I think AJ I think might have already. Did AJ start on mediums? Let's have a look at the. No, AJ's not. AJ did start on medium, so he has stayed out and is looking to extend that stint. Man is going to be in control of the safety car restart, about to pick it up down towards the what's that, turn 10, is it? I think it is, but I can't be 100% sure. Wow. A drama in the opening elements of this US GP, but now the grid bunches up again, so a bit of a reset. No doubt the fight is going to continue. Ultra and Agent find themselves P10, P11.
Yeah, is that looking like rain to you?
It's
just down the straight there. Sure. Not that it's starting to rain, but just.
It's looking a bit overcast, isn't it? It's.
I set the car now out, so
wow.
the package. So it's going to be a little bit of time, but kind of wasted. And we know how quickly the weather on this game can just roll in and just whack you in the face for no reason whatsoever. It's getting really overcast into Sector 2.
Yeah, it's that is Senna joins us in the chat, mate. That was look, that was a huge surprise. It seemed like. Even the way that you guys kind of it seemed like the reaction that your car had seemed so violent, almost like unnecessarily violent. It was not how I thought. Not how I thought that was going to go, because obviously saw you coming together. I did not expect it to be a case of the car ending up where it did. Certainly not in that way. That is the perfect description. Nuclear, like massively. It was that was not how I anticipated that going whatsoever. I thought it might be a case of like where you hit it, maybe a spin or just sort of like push you out, you then recover and stuff like that. It just seemed so violent. Not a sort of representation. No, well, it's definitely not ideal, but not a representation of.
It's crazy because I was on board with Agent's car, and I didn't seem like there was contact there. I don't know whether his front right has pinged his back left during that corner, but from what I saw, Agent seemed to get on the brakes and cut back on the inside of it. Hence the excitement.
I think it was just both of them had different lines. That was it. That in that sort of like penultimate corner, they had slightly different lines. The line that Senna was on is what kind of pushed him wide, and I think basically Agent just had that a little bit more. It was able to carry a little bit more through the corner, and then by the time Senna was looking obviously to get back on circuit, because you obviously don't want like the warning. I think it was just that like bam, Agent was just right there. But again, like we were saying, it just seemed the reaction from the Ferrari car was nuclear violent, and it didn't feel like it was an equal reaction to the hit. But look, we share the sentiment, Senna. That is, it's a real shame. You have looked brilliant tonight, qualifying. I think you've been the absolute talk of the town with some of the laps that you were putting in. But your boy Callum Ultra, he remains in the race. Obviously, P2 in the championship and doing wonders as well for Ferrari in the constructors. Still lots of racing to go, and we know that it's a pretty fun-filled second half of the season. There's some really good circuits that we get to race at in the oncoming few weeks. I think we're going to get one more lap of this safety car by the looks of it.
Yes, I think so. We have currently got a Red Bull catching up through sector 1 into straight into 3, I should say.
Yeah. Kingy just looking to get back on the back end of it all. BEA, beautiful, and then it's going to be down to main man AJ with this safety car restart. So it's going to be lap 10 that we get things underway here. Plenty of time to go in this US GP. The grid now fully caught up. So look, an absolute premium now sits on getting some decent heat into those hard, or particularly the hard tyres as well. In these conditions and a little bit of a ice rinky kind of circuit, it's going to take a while for them to kind of get up to temp. Start giving the grip that you want them to give, but as to how long some of these drivers are going to go, I'm not sure. I think there'll be a few that will look to go all the way to the end. 18 laps on hard tyres. I think you can probably do here, unless of course the racing gods choose differently, and maybe a second safety car, maybe a bit of rain, just to kind of to spice things up a little bit. Well, look, gonna wait and see. Look at that collection of cards. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Side by sides. Safety car is in this lap. Obviously, will everyone be mindful of the delta? It's one problem that I do have with the F1 game. It's if they still haven't got the delta element quite right. It really does sort of slam on the brakes, but absolute scenes if AJ or Sterling on a podium tonight. Like it's I think it's worth a tenner. Absolutely do. AJ's choosing to go a little bit longer into the race on these medium tyres. Drivers obviously like being mindful. Oh my God, AJ spun. Oh no.
Oh, I can write that down in my notepad. Where's that? I've been on the information lap, but I didn't get damage. Where's my notepad?
Oh, that is.
Oh
no.
Unfortunate.
No.
I'm going to.
No.
Do you know the clip of like Jimmy Clarkson from Top Gear where he's like, I'm trying my best to not look smug with a smile on his face? I digress, but there is racing to be had on
racing
circuits.
Is back underway. And
safety car is peeled away.
Oh goodness me, AJ into.
I'm not going to say
AJ,
I'm not going to. The joke my brain is already writing out.
That man, that poor man. No one's going to be kicking himself more than that guy right now.
Oh God, yeah, 10%, yeah. I don't even need to make a joke because I know fine what he's sat there wanting to put his face through his monitor is what he is temper on the back of Jacob.
It's the fact that you got going to be scenes for an AJ podium and it's like 10 seconds later. Wah, bang! Like, we were on board. We were on board with him as well, which just makes it. Oh my goodness me! What a clip! What a clip that's going to be. I apologise in advance, AJ. Anyway, back to this United States Grand Prix. Look at this top three already. They've all pitted at exactly the same time, all on fresh, hard tyres, and the fight is well and truly on. Rob is looking quick. Tempo is looking quick. Jacob looking even quicker, with Matt Zuvo well within the DRS range as well. Grand just a little bit back, 2.5 seconds already, with a few gaps forming a little bit further on. Agent and Ultra back up to P6 and P7. Yeltsin going nicely in P8 within DRS of Callum Ultra. Is he going to start making some moves and working his way up the grid? Same as Simpson as well. 2 DNFs to report so far. Kidney Jim and Senna on lap 11.
Indeed, Senna, the big shock of the night, as we mentioned earlier, prior to the safety car coming back in. Naughty, Ellis! Get off those track limits, Bflvi, we see you! And we see the car that you drive, you little chav, get off the track limits. In P10, currently holding it 3 seconds. Tempo is looking on the back of Ellis, and Tempo absolutely is.
Oh, Jacob!
On the back, getting a little bit hot on the brakes. Another uncharacteristic
Was he holding it though?
There from the Aston Martin on the brakes, a little bit too hot for a little bit too long. Has done well there to get on the brakes and get off the brakes then, and not make too much contact with Tempo. Not have no no front wing damage for the Aston Martin. Taken under 1 apex, 2 apex, one of the best corners on this circuit. Down the inside there. There he goes on Rob in the P3, the Mercedes-Benz. Love that.
Iggy Azalea sort of rapping mid-fight. It was great. No, it was great. Boom, boom, bam, bam, like just sort of. That was incredible. Absolutely, just bringing a little, just bringing some culture. That's all you're doing. Oh no, AJ gets a time penalty. Well, this is where the fight clearly is at the moment. 34-5-1-8 from Tempo.
You say that, brother. That is P8 and P7 currently separated by 100th of a second. Chris Grand and Ultra going through the S's as well. Oh, Yeltsin having a sniff, having a gander like a hunting dog down the inside of the
Yeltsin around the outside!
Hold it down the inside. Great bit of racing from you, young man. But now Grand on the comeback down the inside of the next sequence of corners. Simpson as well.
Is right there. Right there.
It hasn't been mentioned a lot during this race, but it's creeping up, still creeping. It's a big scary monster underneath him, embedding that Aston Martin. There he goes, DRS, getting that move made on Yeltsin. That one got being mugged up by 2. It was Cronus Grand has been stood fucking up. It's what is done here by 2 cars. Oh, down the hill into the breakers. I love it. Avaji Bargy from the Aston Martin. Simpson looking racing, wanting to press on and get up and up the road. Ooh-wee.
God, I love this. Absolutely love this. There's pockets of fighting and battles up and down the grid tonight. I mean, look at this. You got Simpson, 2 seconds to Agent as Ultra as they look to carry on. Oh my goodness me, was that a little wobble? 34.276 from Jacob currently gives him the fastest lap of the race. That's what this man needs to do. That he is under some pressure from Tempo and Rob behind him. How are Agent and Ultra? This is a fight as old as time between these two. If there were this is it.
2 drivers.
The amount of fights these two have had over the years is, I mean, it's historic. And where do you pick? Arguably every single circuit that is available, these two have had some form of fantastic racing.
I don't think there's much that just separates them whatsoever, ever.
No.
It doesn't matter where they're racing. I think,
so evenly
if anything, Ultra may have the edge as far as just out-and-out consistency during a race.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Rob now in the... Oh my... Oh, Jacob, little 2-piece. He's trying it. He's going all the way around the outside, but you've got to be careful because it's... Oh, they're trying to sort of like make it 3 wide.
Come on, Jacob is getting his elbow out tonight.
God. Rob now leading the race.
In that Aston Martin.
I tell you, like, Tempo's got to be careful here. He's got to be so careful at the moment, because you're talking just, it's a little bit of front wing here and there, and all of a sudden it all goes wrong. At the moment, seems like Tempo's got a little bit of a glitch. He's kind of ghosting through into. He's going to remain in. He's trying desperately to stay on that. So he's not gonna push through.
Indeed, that's really annoying, because that is making Jacob not have a chance of a fair battle here with Tempo in P2 at the moment, because the car is ghosted. That really vexes me there, because Jacob's doing nothing wrong here in this fight. Yeah. Tempo should be behind him. So that's a little bit annoying. I don't know what is happening. It's a little bit vexing.
I think it's something that ultimately, okay, it seems to have fixed itself now. The ultimately, this is it.
Jesus Christ! It
unghosted earlier.
Just go steady. The ghosting at the minute is apparently doing something funky. Jacob there was next to him whilst he was ghosted, and his Tempo's car unghosted mid-apex.
It was. I think probably the corner before there was enough of a gap. I think Tempo moved to the outside, but I think just started getting a little bit too close. It was kind of like hoping that it was going to pick up again, and clearly it didn't. And keep a little eye on Ellis here, just outside of the points, but he's within DRS range of product in front. But I'm just having a look. They've got the problem is they do have time penalties. Let's put that on your screens. 3 seconds each for both Baited Product and GTI Ellis. Redding is the hostess with the mostest. He has 9 seconds worth. AJ with 6. A few others finding themselves with 3 seconds worth as well. Not ideal as we go past the halfway mark of this US Grand Prix. Grand comes into the pits then. I think surely it's going to be a little swap to medium tyres for this man.
Yeah, absolutely. God, these 3 front runners are just through the air. So impressive how the dirty air is not making Jacobs, Aston Martin just lose any form of time there in the wake of the car in front.
That way, you'd hate for it to end up in tears.
Here comes Jacob, speaking of tears. Rob might be having some in the moment, because down the inside Jacobs goes, takes the racing line, getting that move made with the DRS. Tempo also getting a Cito of 2 cars in front, a bucket load of clean air for Mr. P2 at the moment. Tempo, not like his name does say Tempo, it says Tempo, but I digress.
Yeah, we'll call him by his government name of Tempo.
Yes, we absolutely will.
This is the thing. Look, we know the DRS, when you're this close and when you're this evenly matched, the DRS is all important. You've got to stay in that DRS zone. Got to still look to push, but obviously these tyres got to go all the way to the end as well. If they keep on pushing, is it? Who's potentially going to be the one that misses out? Is, of course, obviously barring any later safety cars that may happen. But now it becomes a delicate balance of trying to kind of keep some errs back, wait for the right time to make a move. But I think it's fair to say, with what we got, we've got 12 laps to go, 13 laps to go. This is going to be all the way to the finish. So we're going to keep a keen eye on this battle. Let's see how Agent and Ultra are doing. We got Matt Zuvo as well at the moment. You can see in the track map, sort of very much race of his own, but he won't mind that at all. P4 is great points for the man in the Cash App RB. Has done an amazing job for the constructors. He is obviously Tempo has been getting some race wins, some phenomenal results, but they're at the top only on the back of
here comes a Mercedes-Benz down the inside of Ultra, current for P5 and P6. I was just having a nosy there through some of the batteries, Adam. Battery, you northern pleb. Rally drivers are currently, battery to light at which to order. An Agent at the moment is running on a decent, I'm talking decent, AA Duracell, fully charged kind of battery on 90%. Ultra at the moment has been dumping a lot of battery to keep Agent at bay. Yeah, I didn't quite notice that earlier on. because on circuit they're usually quite just naturally paced up with each other,
Simpson's
without the
looking
battery being
juiced, by
dumped
the way.
that
Like,
much. While Simpson, well, that
really
would be
juiced.
my next point. That Simpson just been
here he goes.
getting on the back and on the back and on the back. Down the inside he goes of one Scarlet Red Ferrari into one. Oh, to getting his switch back, maybe no. I don't know if it's whether just the tyres, maybe a little bit worse aware, but the tyre age is all similar. But Ultra just kind of falling off his pace a little bit, which is very unlike the young man. At the moment,
just
had to play with a lot more battery to keep in contention with the cars in front and the cars behind.
Yeah, I think you just used maybe a little bit too much battery. I mean, this is it. It's hard to not use it when you're kind of when you're leading, when you're in front.
Under the pump.
It's exactly. You want to sort of like try and keep that position as best as you can. It's not as straightforward.
Speaking of position, goodness gracious, fucking me! I went up the grid and there's a race show going on. Jesus Christ,
Rob
was slinging it down the inside.
Oh, hang on, we've got someone off.
But Tempo was around the
Ellis
outside.
is off.
I've got a car. I think it's Ellis is currently off. Further down the field,
Carries on.
he is. Oh, Jesus Christ! These three are putting on a showcase of driving. That was absurd. I went flicking up the grid real quick. Rob was going down the inside of Jacob, while Jacob was trying to fight off Tempo on his outside. Jacob was just a fillers of a sandwich. Is all he was there between Rob and Tempo.
Last lap, you've got Rob that was P3, and this is what's going to happen. These three are going to keep on fighting, chopping and changing. I mean, for goodness me, I mean, they're trying to go 3 wide into turn 1.
Down the inside, then goes Tempo, so Rob. Yes, Rob's sorry. Now down the inside, there goes Jacob into the next sequence of corners into the Aston Martin on the back of Tempo now. But Rob's car is not losing any kind of front end grip in that dirt. Yeah, what kind of setups are these running? Who in the Elon Musk have these got hold of to get these setups on this? Oh, Rob, get a little bit sliding. There you go. He's a mere mortal, Sam. He's a man.
It's okay.
Driving that Mercedes-Benz tonight.
It's well held. He's got enough, and was very, very nice on the brakes. He is. I mean, they are. I mean, Rob, look at the amount of battery that Rob has got. Although he's being patient this time around. Let's see what Jacob's got. Similar. Tempo's got a little bit less, no doubt. Using a bit of it. Oh, that looks a bit of rear locking from Tempo, though. You see that just down into the braking zone, the rear just kicking out a little bit. He's got away with it, but looks like Simpson gets the move done on both of them. That was, I think, to be anticipated. In all fairness, you got Ultra.
Oh, very much so. He's looking racy in that second Aston Martin. Simpson's at the moment. Currently sat P4.
Definitely
looking.
Juiced.
And at this moment in time, man, what is 9 seconds of drift, 10 laps left. It's these three up the front. Can't quite solve out the little squabble at the moment.
What happened with Matsuvo? Because he was very comfortably in P4. Has he had a little bit of
that's going to be punishing.
Has he had a little wobble somewhere? I don't remember seeing a yellow flag, but he was sitting pretty in P4. Yellow. But it would indicate
Red Bull, but not for Zubo.
Yeah, but looking at the gap, it would indicate he's had a little bit of a spin somewhere. But I didn't pick it up. Did you? Maybe you guys in the chat saw something that we didn't. But anyway, Simpson finds himself up into P4. That will be a very, very welcome change of positions for the Aston Martin. Grand. Oh, that's a nice little move up the hill on baited product into turn 1.
Indeed, but that has to getting all kind of out of shape on the turn 1 exit, though. He's made the move into 1, got the worst run through the mid corner. Now going to be pressurised. Oh, never mind, but just getting off the gas there, getting off the throttle. Dirty air, that front end of the car looking very out sorts for beta product. How old is his tyres? 12 lap-on mediums versus 4 lap-on mediums for Kronos Grand. That would explain why they was looking very washed out. Once that dirty air hit that front nose there, his car was just so light.
Yeah, it is.
But that is the best thing in the curse of that first little part of this circuit is the longer you sit and stay close, the more damage you're doing to your tyres. So how much time do you spend on attacking the car in front in these parts of the circuit that just isn't viable for you? Because that sector 1, realistically, the best thing to do is maybe drop back a 10.5 to 2/10.
Simpson's
get out that dirty way. Oh, he does come into the pits. Oh. soft tyres? Question mark.
I'm not too. I'm not too sure here. No,
No,
it's going
mediums.
mediums.
Has he not stopped yet?
I thought he'd already stopped.
I thought he had to. I'm a check real quick.
How many pit stops has he done? I think that is his second.
Dun, 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 dun.
Good to see you clicking.
I couldn't find the bloody thing. Yeah, that is his. That is his second pit stop.
Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, he's put himself back down into P8. He's got 9 seconds to Matt Zuvo ahead. That is, there was no wing change either. He's just gone straight onto mediums.
No,
whether he was struggling that much on the hard tyres. I mean, he's got it all to do here.
But he looks so racy.
That's a big surprise. That's a huge surprise, given how many laps left and where he was.
In fact, he seems to looking like he's struggling. And goodness gracious me, the kids were flying. Up in the P4, I was very much thinking, with agent behind you with 80-second time penalty, Ultra spent a lot of time there fighting there, would have burnt off so much tire grip and a lot of battery. He was kind of scot-free there.
I've got no idea how to call this top 5 right now, because there's going to be so much chopping and changing between all of them. And we know, obviously, even if Agent does get the move done on Ultra a bit later on in the race, that time penalty is going to come back. Matt Zuvo needs to try and decrease the gap a little bit to try and take advantage of Agent's time penalties. But, well, look, the racing continues at the top of the grid. Rob now finds himself, he's P3 at the moment, half a second between himself and Jacob. I think just sort of backing off a little bit. I'm not sure what his tyre life is like, but if you are going to be in the process of just trying to keep a little bit of tyre life, I'm not quite sure what sort of percentages these guys are going to be on, but look, you want to be mindful. Is Rob just? Oh no!
Speaking of mindful,
both of them, I think, having moments, getting heavy on the brakes and locking.
I think all cars come out with no damage. The tempo's front wing is in check. Jacob looking okay, and so is Rob. But you're absolutely right. So that is a.
But hang on,
that could be so much worse. Sir.
Oh, but has Rob got enough in him to try and get out of the DRS? He worked for a brief moment. It was, but I don't think he's. I'm not sure if he's done enough. No, well, Jacob didn't get the DRS at the activation point, but. He's going to be within it now. So look, it's Yautzin gets a time penalty now. That's less than ideal. Simpson, I tell you what, Simpson's catching. Simpson is definitely catching. That man is really backing himself. Look at that, 33.
I was about to say, I reckon he's just sat and gone, Joe, I've got some pace here.
And
so I'm just going to. Ooh, safety car, never mind.
Oh,
Simpson somewhere.
Simpson could be looking really good right now.
Absolute fucking blinder.
It all depends. Well, this is it.
Pulled an absolute blinder.
It all depends on the Delta. Not sure why we have a full course safety car. Purple J gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, which is less than ideal.
No damage on the front.
But AJ's into the pit lane. Does he have damage at all? I'm going to see if it may fixing his front wing. Sterling's in as well. Not sure if no damage for Sterling by the looks of it. Doesn't look like there's any for AJ either. Well, so Simpson, having pitted, obviously relatively recently, won't need to again. But the question is there enough laps for some of these guys to go on to soft tyres? What are you doing here? If you're in this situation, what are you putting on?
Softs all day.
Gonna go softs all day.
Oh okay. Yeah, just I'm gonna.
You're gonna see what they go for.
I give my own chance just to be the fastest I can be on
mediums for Rob. It's softs for Jacob, and it's mediums for Tempo. Oh, it was a new front wing as well for Tempo. Oh, that's going to have slowed him down. Oh, will it? No, I think it will come out P3. I think he's got enough time.
I think he should be okay, yes. He should be alright too.
Agent onto mediums. Ultra onto
a lot of the guys in
soft?
chat saying, a lot of the guys in chat saying that the soft tires around here wear off. How to put it to be like viable. Okay. I mean, I'm not fast enough to notice that kind of tire where I drive a Skyline soft tires and it's like, woohoo, quick.
Well, there is the tyre data. Simpson comes out in P4. Then he pitted a few laps earlier, and it's going to be in the driving seat, should we say? Purple J gets another drive-through penalty. But I mean, how many drive-through penalties can you get? That is
not overly too sure.
That's quite something. Not sure what's going on there, but Lee Grace did yesterday at Cota. No one used softs at all. Clearly not a tyre to be used in the race. But if you're going to get 3 laps here under safety car conditions, not really having a lot of wear, that you might just about have enough to make it count. It's a big ask, but Jacob is backing himself. Purple J, I think, with a pit lane retirement.
So what I'm thinking there is Jacob has had enough laps of having Tempo and Rob in his ears. So he's just gone, right, no worries, I'm going to get on some soft tyres, back my own pace here, just try to get up and out the road, let you two fight, and hopefully...
Sorry, 1 second. Tempo, why are you typing in chat? You should be driving the car. There we go. Enough said. Sterling needs to get that foot down. Nothing to lose. Well, this is it. He's P12. He's absolutely... I think Redding comes in to retire as well. In P15. Man like Sterling.
Let's have a look at the penalties real quick, because we'll give a short little shout out to some of the guys on circuit, because Sector 1 can be a penalty nightmare. It's really easy just to nick a wheel, ping, warning. Next lap, do it again, bing, you've got 2. Also,
5 after this,
laps ping. There you go, you got a time penalty. So far, most of the grid has done very well, but most of the front runners, the guys in P1 to P3 that have been fighting all evening, very impressed that they somehow managed to be having a 3-wide, 3-car scrap for so many laps here, and not one of them has managed to gain a penalty. I wouldn't mind knowing how many warnings they've had.
Yeah, it helps being able to look at the old race director. I mean, well, Senna, if he's in the chat, I think he's still in the lobby. He might be able to have a little look via the race director as to warnings, and or if you yourself can do it, cool. We can do it as well, so you can do that. So come on, Hansen, be better.
All right. So at the moment, I know, right? How dare I not use what the game gives us?
That's it.
So at the moment, the
game doesn't give us a lot, and we're still not using it.
Yeah, I know, right? And we're still not. As far as the front runners, Tempo currently has 1 track limit violation, 1 warning for the young man, which is very impressive. Jacob and Rob have none.
Okay. Could be all the difference.
Could indeed, which again is very impressive. And fair play, Tempo. Third man, Jake's brother. I called you a job out earlier because
he's paid attention, isn't he?
You've got history and you've done extremely well tonight. 1 track limit violation. I was backing you getting a 50-second in 5 laps. So you've done well.
No, I am intrigued for this. I think looking at we've got Kingy to catch up. Is it going to be the next lap that he catches up, or is it? The question is basically going to be: is this going to be a 3-lap or a 2-lap shootout? Now, with a safety car, there has to be a minimum of two laps of full racing. at the end of the race. So it all the amount of time is all going to depend on how quickly Kingy can get round and catch up. That is, unless the safety car decides and dictates that this lap.
I think it will very much peel away regardless.
Yeah, exactly that. Hopefully it doesn't need to wait. But I mean, look at the time penalties there, and this is the situation where it's going to hurt the most when you get these late stage safety cars. Those 3 seconds, 6 seconds, it's almost impossible.
Often goes from losing 1 spot to losing 6.
You're going to have the likes of Yautzin go from good points to potentially finishing outside of the points. It's well, we will see how the cards will fall over the course of the next few laps. I'm just so eager to see it. I think Kingy is going to catch up here, actually.
Yeah,
looking at it, he's going to get it. So, looks like we are going to get a 3-lap shootout for the United States GP win. For me, it's eyes on Jacob on those soft tyres. You can see everyone is weaving. Apart from him, he knows those soft tyres have got the grip.
Yeah,
and he does not want to put anything.
I'm taking 0 off those tyres.
He is. There we go.
There we go. Safety car in this lap 25.
3-lap shootout then.
The Texas Grand Prix, and what a Grand Prix it has been, Sam. It has been full of action from start to finish. Drama in qualifying, good races throughout the feature race, and some brazy overtakes and brazy moves from the guys on circuit. The city car now peeling away as King gets hit time penalty as he catches the pack. That is tittable. It's what that is, sir. Well done, mate. So committed to the calls, get on the back of the pack of the cars. He got a time penalty in doing so. Now, where does Rob pull the trigger here? Does he go nice and early, or does he go a little bit later on? I wouldn't want to give Jacob too many chances to get that soft tyre through a few corners whilst he's on my back. So I'm saying go late here, me personally. I'm saying waiting now. There he goes.
Oh, he's gone.
But it's been absolutely slammed down prior to the final corner. Not a bad idea, but maybe against a little bit earlier than what I'd have maybe done myself. But I'm not sat in P1. I'm always sat in P15, out of Q1, into a wall, 4 laps in. Oh, tempo almost up the back of Jacob into one. Having to snag the front right tyre. A little bit of a lock-up in the Bflvi Racing Bull. But Jacob on that soft tyre, 6 times at the moment, I feel like to play with. Doesn't need to be too aggressive, too stern and pushy on this soft tyre. But Rob, mate, at the moment, is looking like he's put a little bit of a blinder on that safety car reset.
Almost good. It's a good restart.
Into the hairpin, keeps it kind of pacing up, gets out that DRS for the last lap of the race. I believe we'll get it on maybe the next lap.
It's Sector 2 though. This is where it's going to count. This is the thing. There's enough laps. And the corners where Jacob's going to feel the benefit are coming up now. The gap, you're looking about 3/4 of a second. Tempo is looking close behind. Oh, the action behind. Agent looking to make all sorts of moves as well.
In your feature about to me cutting you off, the Aston
Simpson holds on.
Sorry, and the Aston Martin of Simpson looking very dicey into the heavy. Oh, hello, Matt Zuvo's back with you, big. Oh no! A little bit of contact with Ulta. Matt Zuvo losing the rear, going right round, losing a chunk of time, a heap of time. In the second Bflvi Racing Red Bull. Come on, sponsors on the back of that Racing Bull. Adrian now doing nothing and retiring from the session. Currently gone off, I think, in Sector 3. Yes, he has in the medium to slow speed parts of the circuit. I've not caught that. Maybe a little bit of contact made from a car in front or behind, or I just lost that on his own doing. But mate, these front runners, P1, P2, P3, tempo, lurking in the wake still, currently 2/10 adrift through into the S's. Now here, I thought Jacob will be getting the most time game back on Rob in front.
It's hovering, isn't it? He's not
getting as much as what I thought he might have done straight away, and he's pushing his battery as well. He's going down 30%. This kid right now is pushing to chase that Mercedes-Benz in P1, and Rob sat on 75% of that ERS. Robbie just cruising right now on that set of mediums.
Tempo's not got a lot of battery either. He's been using a lot just to try and... Oh, is Tempo going to be eyeing up a move here?
I'm not too sure who's out. Jacob had a sniff. Temple had a sniff. So much sniffing going on. This move made down the middle of the pack as well. Oh, contact made from the Aston Martin of Jacob into the back of the Mercedes-Benz of BSR Rob. Now Tempo down the inside gets that off-camera apex held nicely, but Jacob getting the better drive on that Soccer ball.
Oh my
one apex,
God.
2 apex, 3 apex, and Tempo is on the back. He's sniffing, wanting blood into the last 2 corners, lap 27 and 28 on the rear of the Aston Martin. Goodness gracious me, these guys are putting on a showcase. There was moves made.
Final lap as well.
Grid,
Simpson on Matsuvo. Oh my goodness.
Had a little low Scaparuni as well. Ultra and Agent had a little bit of a battle there whilst we were watching the front runners. Goodness gracious me.
This could be a landmark race for Rob, who threw down the fastest lap in Q2. It was the fastest lap of the session. He's been racing tonight. He's led a few laps, and all of a sudden, that gap, I mean, goodness me, it's gone from 9 tenths to 7.5 tenths. It's looking good for Rob here, but Agent Simpson, Matsuvo, this fight is outrageously close.
Oh, let that stamp. Oh, I thought Simpson was about to have a retail gander. Now, hello, Yeltsin now on the back of this park in front of him with a 6-second time penalty, so it's going to hurt regardless. But it's got to the back of the field.
My God. Oh, no. That was Ron-Hart-esque from Tempo. That was a wild move, and I'm not sure if that has ended up forcing Jacob off the circuit there. I don't know, but at the moment Jacob's got a penalty. Meanwhile, amongst the chaos and the carnage, Rob is going to come around the final few corners to take the win at this United States Grand Prix. What a drive from him. How is the rest of the grid coming across? Agent P4 is going to miss out with the time penalties. It's Ultra 4th, Simpson 5th. You've got Agent 6, Matsuvo Grand. My goodness me, what a fight to the line. Yeltsin comes through for points at the end of this race. Ellis P11 with Kingy and Beta going to complete the grid. What a drive from Rob in that Mercedes. Goodness me. And I believe that is is that your first win in season 6, Rob? 2 different winners in as many weeks.
Oh, my abs.
Goodness
my abdominal muscles are strained.
That was
goodness gracious me. How about you let us breathe, boys, for maybe like 1 lap at least?
Lord
I mean, I get that there were
above.
safety cars, but